Hi, I'm Rob McCallum. I'm the writer, director, editor of the upcoming Kittie documentary. We thought we'd give everybody a little update on where we are in the process. So let's dive right in. So I've been watching the forums and all the different groups on Facebook and on Twitter, and clearly there are some questions, when's it going to be out and how long is it going to be? So right off the cuff, we're still in production. We're still interviewing some of the people that are key components to the story, but that said, the film is progressing along very nicely, and we do have a working rough cut, so to speak, and we're at this point dropping interviews in along the way. Now, I've been speaking with Morgan and Mercedes about the overall look and feel of the finished product, and in the current marketplace, a typical documentary is more saleable. That is, distributors will want to pick it up and put it in the market the closer it is to 85 or 90 minutes. Now, I know what you're thinking right away. 90 minutes on a documentary that covers a 20-year history? This isn't behind the music. This isn't lip service for the fans. This isn't a visualization of Wikipedia. This is 20 years from the band's perspective to you guys, and I'm simply just putting it in the right order. And that's pretty key. So one thing you'll notice, and maybe this is a bit of a spoiler, is there's no voiceover whatsoever in the documentary. It's everybody's own words, their perspective on the different events that transpired from day one all the way pretty much up till today, in fact. And we still have some more stuff in the Kittie timeline that we want to cover as well, which is another reason why we're not quite done shooting yet. Okay, so you actually really kind of want to know a little bit more about how long this film is going to be if we're possibly not doing a 90-minute version. I'm not saying we're not going to have a 90-minute version. We may find a way to get it out there in terms of distribution, but the most important version that we want to put out there is the most complete version, not one that'll just sell. We're not about just trying to sell a product because we put the time and effort into it. We want to tell the most important story, and that's the complete story. So I guess I can announce officially here exclusively that this is going to be somewhat of a two-part documentary. And the title right now is going to be Kittie, Origins/Evolutions. So the first part will be Origins, and it'll look at the first 10 years of the band's history. And the second part will be Evolutions, and take a look at the second half of the band's history so far. So you can see the 10 and 10 split really kind of makes sense. And given the amount of material that I have to work with to craft this story, there's the 90-minute thing, again, I kind of shake my head. And when we had the first cut done, it was about, I think, 4 hours long of the whole thing. And I'm like, there's no way that we can do this justice by squeezing it into a 90-minute timeline. Kittie, Origins, Evolutions, part 1 and part 2. How long is the final each bit going to be for the film? That's still up in the air. Like I said, we still have some shooting to do, but I would guess that each part on its own would probably be about 80 minutes, maybe 78 to 85, somewhere in there. I don't want to handcuff myself to a certain time because we're still really sorting out the dynamics and logistics of it. I guess I should probably show you a clip too. I know Morgan said, show them a clip too if you're going to do an update. I think that would only be fair. So I don't know what clip I'm going to show you just yet, but when I'm done talking, which should be any second now, we'll cut to a clip. So thanks for watching, guys. This is your Kittie documentary update, officially titled Kittie, Origins and Evolutions, and we look forward to sharing more info with you. Cheers.
I just started jamming with my sister, and I had met Fallon at gymnastics class.
Out of all of the girls that were in her class, she was the one that I noticed first.
We ended up starting to talk about music that we had in common that we liked, and it turns out that she liked Nirvana, she liked Silverchair, she liked all the bands that I liked.
She had such a vivacious personality, and I was so quiet. We were very, very much opposites in that way. So she exposed me to all sorts of things that I wouldn't have, like, going out and, all hours of the night or whatever. Like, I mean, my parents would never have let me do anything like that, but I hung out with her, and so she was kind of like my cool friend. And I was like this little, like, nerdy gymnast.
We started talking, and she was like, oh, I play guitar. And I was like, I literally just got a drum kit, like, the other day. Let's jam.
We practiced for, I'm gonna say, like, maybe about a couple of months or so. like, man, we need a singer. We need somebody to actually like sing these music. She's like, can't you sing? I'm like, yeah, I can sing, but I can't sing and play at the same time. Mercedes goes, oh, well, my sister plays guitar too. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, who's your sister?
Morgan was in a band that never practiced with this girl named Jen Hedges. So they decided that they were gonna do their own thing because she didn't want to play with me because I was her little sister. And Fallon and I were jamming with another girl that just never showed up to practice. So when stuff fell through with guitar player A and Jen Hedges and Morgan, it was just like, okay, well, why don't you come downstairs and we'll all jam together.
Fallon had come over for to hang out and riff around with Mercedes, and it was sort of like I came down and was like, oh, well, I play guitar too, and then it just became something from there.
She's just like, this is my sister Morgan. She's just like, nice to meet you. And she was so frightening. Like, she was just scared the shit out of me when I first met her. I'm like, hello.